Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Daily Drop here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. I'm THL publisher Andrew Jones, and the topic today is Carolina's tight end room. We've already talked about the running back room, now the tight end room. This might be one of the best position groups in the nation. In fact, you could argue that it is. When you think about three highly successful guys that are in the room, especially considering the fact that there's a lot of potential with Jake Johnson. So let's dive into the room, which if you look at all these different services that rank position groups, this one is consistently in the top 3 or 4 in the nation. I've seen it as high as number 2. It's not number 1, but it could be. So let's go over. Bryson Nesbitt is the name everybody knows. He's explosive. He lines up as a wide receiver some. He plays a lot in the slot. He can go wide. He's got unbelievable speed. Do you remember the onside kick that he returned for a touchdown against App State? That's speed there. Now, maybe he should have fallen on the ball, but doesn't matter. He gave everybody a great highlight to watch and fun one for himself, and they won the game. So no harm, no foul. Nesbitt in his career, 83 receptions, 10 touchdowns, an average of 15 yards a catch. So he's explosive. Everybody knows that. He can get the short game stuff going, but the one area he must improve is blocking. Now, he didn't participate this spring. Would have been a great spring for him to work on his blocking. That's an area that must improve to enhance his NFL stock, which is already pretty good. But if he can get himself into the high 50s, low 60s with blocking grades this season, he's going to be about as high a draft pick as you can be for a tight end, not named Brock Bowers. John Copenhaver, who also has a chance to play in the NFL. John Copenhaver, somebody I know who's rather important inside the program, said Copenhaver is their best tight end, best all-around tight end, and that he will play in the league. 35 career catches, had 18, I think it was last year. 5 touchdowns. I'm trying to remember. I got a couple things written down. 14.6 yards per catch. He's had some big ones. Blocking again, though, his blocking grade, when I looked it up, surprised me that it wasn't higher. It's not terrible, but it wasn't as high as I thought. He needs to improve in that area. Now, in his defense, he played injured a lot last year. He had his fist in a hoof basically for most of the season. In fact, I think after the first game, it was wrapped up in some way. So he was limited. He wasn't as productive because of the hoof. And it affected blocking. It affected some of his rep numbers. But still, he's a very good player, and he is a great complement to Nesbitt, and they both can be on the field at the same time. And you're going to see lots of double tight end, 2 tight end sets out there this year. The next guy is Jake Johnson. He is the younger brother of Max Johnson. Both came over from Texas A&M. They were not a package deal. Max committed 2.5 weeks before Jake did. And they both swear that was not a package deal. Jake looked at how good the tight end room is and how well the tight ends have been coached and decided he wanted to be a part of that. His brother being there obviously helped some, but he wanted to be a part of it. Freddie Kitchens, NFL guy. Remember, his dad is Brad Johnson, played 15 years in the NFL. He's got connections. So you've also got Clyde Christensen as the offensive analyst in the program. So there are connections there. His dad was coached by Clyde Christensen for a year in the NFL. So he ends up at North Carolina. Last year at Texas A&M, he had 24 catches, 4 TDs, averaged 9.8 yards a catch, and he wasn't playing with quarterback situation nearly as good as Drake May, and that includes his brother. His brother's not Drake May, and his brother didn't play all the time. He got banged up, didn't take it nearly every snap. So I still think that's pretty productive, and he's also a sophomore. He's got plenty of upside. He's got 2 years of eligibility remaining at Carolina. The rest of the room, Julian Randolph, who was a fairly highly touted kid when he came in, injured last year, injured again for this spring, didn't see anything from him. Well, he's got a lot of talent. His brother's also being recruited by Carolina. Ryan Ward was the only scholarship tight end on the practice field the last week and a half of spring football. He's a freshman from New Jersey, enrolled this past January. He's a nice player, but it's going to be a while. And then you've got Timothy Lawson, who's been out since I think the second or third week of his high school season last year. He wasn't going to enroll at Carolina until the summer, but he went ahead and went early so he could begin rehabbing. He's also a really, really good baseball player, and he'll play on the Carolina baseball team next season. He's a pitcher. He can hurl it, man. He can bring it. So that's your tight end room. It's fantastic. Nesbitt and Copenhaver, NFL guys. Jake Johnson could be. It's a really good room. And it's probably the best overall position group on the team. And it's one of the best position groups, best tight end groups in the nation. So if you're excited about this group, if you're excited about the kind of year Nesbitt and Copenhaver and Johnson can have, click like on this video. If you believe this is the best tight end unit in the nation, go ahead and click like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you get updates every time we post a video, which is many, many times a week. We do it all the time. That way you know. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys.